Hi folks, welcome to Applying the Sword. I'm Micah Pilcher. Have you ever had an argument with somebody, regardless of whether the topic was religious, political, or even personal, and your opponent seemed to be stubborn, impossible, above all frustrating? This person dodges your points. His arguments don't make sense, his attitude is belligerent, and his personal desires dictate his opinion. If so, it's probable you are dealing with a fool. And I don't mean to use the word fool in a knee-jerk sense whereby you may be tempted to resort to name-calling in an argument. I mean this in the sense that your opponent may be what the Bible itself calls a fool. What does the Bible say about fools? How does one identify a fool? How do you deal with a fool when you realize you're talking to one? Fortunately, the Bible, especially the book of Proverbs, answers these questions. These are the ways by which the Bible says you can identify a fool. The fool hath said in his own heart, there is no God. Instead of listening to wisdom, fools follow their hearts. Fools hate wisdom and instruction. Fools are angry and impulsive. Fools don't recognize the depth of God or the greatness of His works. Fools are hypocritical about their desire to get wisdom or knowledge. Fools love arguing. Fools have no prudence. Fools always think that they are right. Fools think that mischief is fun. Fools have no filter for their mouths. Instead of collecting knowledge, fools deconstruct wisdom. Now think about that for a moment. If your entire argument is based upon the deconstruction of somebody else's worldview, without being able to build up your own worldview by your own criteria of proof, then you may have cause to question your position as well as your motivation. Also, you may be a fool. Fools' mouths are destructive, even to themselves. Fools build their lives on uncertain principles that do not come from Jesus. Fools are unreliable. Fools use logical fallacies. Fools can't stop being fools. Fools are blind. And after a list like that, you're probably starting to think of a few fools that you know. Hopefully it's not yourself. And now that we've seen how the Bible identifies a fool, we'll see what it tells us about how to deal with them. First, don't waste your time sharing wisdom with fools, because they will hate your wisdom. Avoid a fool's influence. As tempting as it may be, don't accuse him of being a fool. When confronted with a fool, do not stoop down to his level. Answer him according to his own logic only to the extent that you can demonstrate his error. His response will determine whether or not you should even continue the conversation. Do not give him honor. This is not to say be rude to a fool, but it is to say avoid the temptation to build a bridge between the two of you through use of praise and honor, because it will only feed his narcissism. The sad, frustrating truth is that we cannot persuade some people with truth or logic. According to the Bible, there are only two options for a fool. Either he can humble himself or receive the consequences of his foolishness. Depending upon the offense, these consequences can come from the natural effects of a fool's actions, the hand of the law, or the wrath of God. God considers this firm judgment to be a righteous thing, and I think that we need to remember that when we read passages that say to shake the dust from our feet and not to wish Godspeed to those who reject God in favor of their own foolishness. Arguing with them is useless, because they have no place for the truth in their heart. And while you may not feel that it is your right to judge another man's heart, and you would be right, you can rest assured that God does see his heart, and has told us both how to identify the problem and deal with it accordingly.